A free cruise? What's the catch? There's always a catch, right? We'll give you the lowdown on this hot topic in this edition of Tips, Tricks, and Hacks on Passports to Places. So I'm sure you've heard of, or maybe even received, a free cruise offer. Well, these are from casinos, either on ship or on land. Well, what's the deal? Are they really free? We'll break it all down for you and find out the true bottom line. Make sure you stay until the end for some insider tips that most people don't know about, which could sway your decision even more on taking or even earning one of these free cruises. Hi, I'm Greg, the host of Passports to Places. Now, I've been traveling all my life, but I was never a cruise person until last year when I took my first cruise. That's right, 53 years before I stepped on a cruise ship. I'm still not sold on the idea of cruising as my preferred way of travel, but there are perks and benefits that I do enjoy, and one of those is the free cruise. Now, I do like to gamble here and there, but I wouldn't say I'm a whale or a shark or even a dolphin, but I'm certainly not a goldfish. I'd probably have to say I'm a big mouth bass in the world of gambling. I still enjoy some table games from time to time, but I've switched my gaming habits towards slot machines, as they have a better way of tracking my play and offer me more perks. If I'm going to spend more money, I want something in return. I'm pretty loyal to my players' clubs. I don't like to spend money where I'm not getting any value if I lose. So my land-based casinos are MGM for Vegas and Hard Rock here in Florida. I maintain an average second-tier level status for both brands. Since I've now started cruising on Celebrity Cruise Lines, I've joined their Blue Chip Club. Most major cruise lines have a players club, except for Disney because they don't have any casinos on board. So whichever cruise line you frequent, the tips and tricks here will be similar, but there will be different perks and values, so make sure you check with your particular players club first. First thing we'll talk about is how to get a free cruise. I'm sure you've seen other videos or have heard these offers from other cruisers or even Facebook groups. But I'll explain a few ways you can earn one. That's right, you got to earn it. These are not cruises you win in the casino. You have to earn them with your casino play. The first way to earn a free cruise is through your play on a specific cruise. Now, each cruise has a different point level you must reach in gaming, and each cruise is different in how much you need to earn to get your instant cruise certificate. You may need 200 points on a 3 to 5 day cruise, while on a 12-day cruise, you'll need to earn 600 points. It's essentially calculated on a day-by-day spend average versus how many days the ship is at sea and how long the casino is open for. Remember, the cruise casinos are not open 24/7. They will be closed when the ship is within range of land or port and all day while at port. For one of the cruises we took, we went through the Norwegian fjords. Well, we left port and it took several hours to get out of the fjords, so the casino wouldn't open. So it didn't open until after 10 o'clock at night. Now, your point play is based on coin-in totals. Celebrity Blue Chip Club requires $5 in coin-in play to earn one single point. Now, I know what some of you might be saying. $5 for 1 point, and I need to earn 200 points in 5 days? That's $1,000, and my free cruise might only be worth $600. Where's the value in that? Well, that's not actually how it all works. There are a few factors, and some of those factors no one really knows. They're kept pretty tight-lipped by the casinos, and even if they did tell you, you'd probably have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. Now, there's no hard and fast rule about return on investment, but some say the return on slots is about 80%. In Vegas, returns can be as high as 90%, and even some claim to be 98%. Good luck finding one of those. Essentially, coin-in breaks down like this. For example, we'll estimate your entertainment budget, because after all, gambling is entertainment more than anything else. Say your budget is $100 per day. Say the machine pays out 80% of your budget. So after you've spent your first $100, you've won $80. You put that back into the machine, so essentially your coin-in value is $180. At a 5-to-1 ratio, that's 36 points. Now times that by 5 on a 5-day cruise, you end up with 180 points. So essentially, you're only 20 points away from earning that $200 tier. Not too bad, right? It's not an exact science, but it's easily attainable on a small entertainment budget. Now let's talk about what you get with that point total. As I mentioned earlier, our last cruise was a 12-night Norwegian Fjords cruise. The point total for the entry-level cruise certificate was 600 points. Just 50 points per night average. With that certificate, you can qualify for any one of these sailings. For example, let's look at the December 12th sailing on Celebrity Constellation. That's a 7-night Western Caribbean cruise to Cozumel, Costa Maya, Mexico, as well as Belize City. The base fare for an interior room is $791 per person. The 600 point level is only valid for a one-person ticket, so you'll still have to shell out the $791 for the second guest. But if your investment in making status was only $500, you're actually coming out ahead. The deals get even better as your tier points increase, so we'll show you that later in the video. The second way to earn a free cruise is making yearly tier status. This is an accumulative point total. If you're a frequent cruiser, making status could be a huge benefit and pretty easy to do. If you're not planning or able to take more than one cruise a year, it's not really going to be worth trying to achieve. Making tier status opens up an infinite amount of cruise opportunities. Not only are you awarded with a free 7-day cruise every year at renewal time, you're eligible for bonus cruises nearly every single week. Yes, that's right. You could cruise every single week for free. Well, like I said, is it really free? We'll get down to the dollars and cents later in the video. With Blue Chip Club from Celebrity, you'll receive flyers with weekly offers from interior rooms to verandas, even more with higher status. Each weekly offer provides a code. You use this code to call the casino host, book your desired cruise from the listed options, and go from there. You can also view the same options and offers on their website, bluechipoffers.com. You'll need to input your name and your Players Club number. Your Players Club number is the same as your Captain's Club number, so it could be easy to remember. Your status level is located on your SeaPass card, and if you move up in status while on the cruise, you can visit the casino host, and they'll provide you with a sticker on your card to show your newly acquired status. As you can see from these flyers, your options run from a 3-day Bahamas cruise to a 13-day transatlantic crossing from Italy and Bermuda. These cruises have a book by date, and it's usually about 2 weeks to a month. But your sailings could range from weeks out to 6 months out. Now you're only allowed to book one cruise per offer code, but you could receive different offer codes every single week, allowing you a wide range of options and opportunities. As you see here, the offer code expiring on August 5th has some of the same cruises as the code expiring on August 12th. So you could book one cruise on the August 5th offer and book another cruise on the August 12th offer. Now the third option for a free cruise is from a land-based casino. There's my dog. Now the third option for a free cruise is from a land-based casino. Many casino brands have partnerships with cruise lines such as Celebrity, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Cunard, Holland America, and Princess. Unfortunately, your points and tier status do not apply. Oh boy. Just can't. There it goes. Now the third option for a free cruise is from a land-based casino. Many casino brands have partnerships with Now the third option for a free cruise is from a land-based casino. Many casino brands have partnerships with cruise lines such as Celebrity, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Cunard, Holland America, and Princess. Unfortunately, your points or tier status do not apply from land-based programs to the cruise-based programs. So my status at MGM does not allow me status on Blue Chip, but also vice versa. No status in MGM for my Blue Chip. You'll need to earn status in both programs separately. I received a free cruise certificate from MGM and Hard Rock in July. Unfortunately, the Hard Rock certificate was only valid for cruises up to 6 months, while the MGM was valid for cruises up to a year. Since I've already booked a New Zealand trip with my Blue Chip Instant voucher from the Norwegian Fjords cruise, a British Isles cruise on Cunard from the MGM, and an Eastern Caribbean cruise from the Blue Chip Club, I was unable to find a date and cruise that worked with my availability So I had to let the Hard Rock voucher go unused. Now's the time to get down to the brass tacks of it all. Besides the money you've spent to earn your cruise or your status, is it really free? Of course not. But the base fare is. And the more you can cruise and the cruises you take can improve your initial investment. Now bear in mind when you're booking these free cruises, they anticipate you playing while you're on board. So if you take too many cruises and you do not maintain your level of play, you'll lose these benefits, even if you continue to have tier status for the rest of the calendar year. The casinos on cruise ships are not affiliated with the cruise ships themselves. So why do they offer free cruises? For the casino, they're getting you to play in the casino and spend your money. But how about the cruise line? The cruise line is basing those offers on several different variables. The first reason cruise lines can offer free cruises is they fill their empty rooms. Although cruise lines are sailing with more and more passengers, the availability of free casino rooms is getting slimmer and slimmer. But they will never disappear completely, and cruise lines will always have empty rooms due to cancellations, unwanted room locations, views, or even category types and fares. The second reason why cruise lines can offer these free cruises? Your onboard account. That's right, that's the reason a free cruise is not actually free. You still need to pay the mandatory taxes and port fees. These range from $130 on cruises up to 5 days, $250 on cruises up to 10 days, and over $400 for cruises of 11 days or more. Remember, this is based on per person. You must also pay mandatory gratuities. On Celebrity, these are $18 per day for a standard stateroom. Your onboard account also includes any extras, including drink packages, Wi-Fi, ship and shore excursions, photo packages, and specialty dining. A premium drink package alone can run over $70 per person. On a 12-day cruise, that's an extra $1,900 after gratuities. The third reason cruises can offer these free cruises? Upgrades. Most basic offers come with an interior or ocean view room, depending on your status. Customers booking with these cruise offers usually fall into that category. Let's face it, if you can afford a penthouse suite on a 12-day Mediterranean cruise, are you going to use a voucher for an interior room anytime soon? I don't think so. The fourth reason cruises can offer these free cruises, you're coming back to spend more money. They're building a client list of loyal customers. The longer they can keep you on their cruise line and in their status, the more you're going to stay with the cruise line and maintain your status, even when you're not qualifying for a free cruise. Now let's look at our 2 free cruise offers we've received and see what it actually costs. Our 12-day New Zealand offer was an instant cruise voucher we received during our last cruise. This voucher was for an ocean view stateroom. Now, since we have to pay for the flight from the United States, we opted to keep the ocean view room and only upgrade to a panoramic ocean view room. The first guest was $3,166. The second guest was $3,246. Now our upgrade was $166. Taxes and port fees were $722, for a grand total of $7,300. Now, my initial entertainment budget was $1,200. So we'll add that into the total, equaling $8,500 in what we've already spent. Now we'll deduct the free cruise voucher value, which was $6,578. In the end, the total cost for our free cruise was $1,922. But I also received $500 in free play for the cruise and an extra $175 in onboard credit per person. So not necessarily free, but I can say I got a great return on my investment. Now let's look at the second cruise we booked through the Blue Chip Club that comes from our tier status that we earned during the Norwegian cruise. We booked a 7-day Caribbean cruise for February. This offer was for 2 guests in an ocean view room, and we decided not to upgrade as the choice of rooms were not any better due to availability at the time of booking. The first and second guest fares were exactly the same at $1,655. Taxes and port fees were $382. The total fare for the cruise was $3,692. We paid $382 total. If you combine the 2 cruises, which again were both part of the initial $1,200 investment, we received $11,666 worth of cruise fares for a total of $2,988. This includes the base fare, any upgrades, port fees and taxes, as well as the $18 per person gratuities. That's 19 total days at sea for an average of $1,494 per person, or just $79 per day. And now our disclaimer. Gambling can be addictive, and we do not encourage or condone this activity. Please play at your own risk and only play within your means. If you have or develop a gambling problem, there are several helplines you can call who can assist you. Okay, you've stayed this long, you've learned a little bit more about how to earn a free cruise and what they actually cost. Now it's time to be rewarded with some great tips. The first tip, you can earn free drinks by just earning a single point on some cruise lines. That's as little as a $5 bet. Once you earn your point, you'll need to visit the casino host and request a tier status sticker, which shows that you're entitled to the free drinks. It may take a short period after earning your points to show up, maybe 5-10 minutes. So don't think you can put $5 in the machine and then walk up and get a drink. Free drinks are available while your club card is actually active in the machine or on a table, and it only comes from servers. The perk is not available at the casino bar. Something else to be aware of. The minimum age to gamble is 18 on a cruise ship. The minimum age to drink is 21. Therefore, you may earn the free drinks, but you might not actually be able to take advantage of this perk if you're not of legal drinking age on the ship. Our second tip, find out if there's a cruise you want to take before you attempt to earn your free cruise voucher or gain your tier status. You just visit the casino host stand and look for the instant cruise tier requirements. They'll provide you with a QR code where you can scan it and view the available cruises for each tier point level. If you look at the 600 point level cruises and you do not see anything of interest to you, you might not want to risk your money to reach that tier status. You could view the higher levels as well and calculate where you need to be to earn those cruises that you actually want to take. Our third tip, if you do earn one of these instant free cruises, make sure to visit the Future Cruise Desk and start the booking process. You don't actually have to decide or pay for a future cruise, you'll just need to put down a small deposit as little as $100. This deposit will then be returned to you as onboard credit after you book your cruise. The Future Cruise booking offers extra perks such as the free play, onboard credit, or a better booking option. For example, the 600 point tier I mentioned earlier only allows you $200 credit towards a future cruise, unless you actually do the future cruise booking on board, which will then allow you to take one of the cruises listed in the QR code. Our fourth tip, free play awarded from the casino via future cruise bonus or earned free play does not count towards your tier status. Any winnings earned while using your free play that you put back into the machine will count towards your status. For example, if you have $100 in free play and you win $50 while playing that free play, the $100 is not eligible towards the tier points or status. But once you start using your winnings, which is the $50, that's when you'll earn your points and status. But don't forget, if you request $100 in free play, you'll have to use the entire $100 before you're eligible to cash out. Alternatively, comp dollars used in the slot machines are counted towards your tier status. Our fifth tip, before attempting to acquire a particular tier status, verify if it's worth it. When comparing tier levels on Celebrity's Blue Chip Club, you'll see there is a little difference between the first tier and the second tier. But there is an obvious and clear difference between the second and third tiers, including a substantial difference in how many points it takes to reach that next level, as well as each subsequent tier after that. Amethyst is the first level you'll start to see your status pay off. You'll receive a free 7-day cruise in an interior stateroom upon the end of your calendar year after you reach status. You'll also receive credits and discounts on internet, photos, FE jewelry, spa services, and more. By reaching Sapphire status, you'll only be eligible for small increases in credits and discounts. You'll receive Wi-Fi for one device, but your free cruise stateroom will only be upgraded to a veranda. Our sixth and final tip, don't forget, you can only earn tier status on the cruise ship, so remember your renewal date. On Celebrity, the casino calendar runs from August 1st to July 31st. If you're a frequent cruiser and want to earn status, Make sure to plan out how many points you'll need and how many cruises that you have booked. You don't want to leave the ship on your last day with 4,999 points, needing only one more to reach the next tier. You won't be able to earn that point any other way than booking another cruise at the last minute. So you'll have to earn your status before your last cruise. It's not like a land-based casino where you can just drive up to the casino for the day, put $5 in the machine, turn around and go home. So check your status often and know where you want to be at the end of the casino calendar year. If this video helped you in any way, please help us make more helpful videos by hitting the like, subscribe, and notify buttons. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below or contact us on our website, passportstoplaces.com. Until next time, thanks for watching.